Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome, people, to episode 454 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by...
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
And...
You know when a car dealership tells you, yeah, you'll get your car in mid-September, and then the next month they tell you, yeah, you'll get your car in mid-September, and then they tell you that for the next 4 months, and then they go, oh, actually, no, tell a lie, you can have it the first week of August. I don't know whether to be annoyed by that or, like, pleasantly surprised. I'm going with the latter.
Under promise and over deliver.
Yeah, it just the planning. It's like we need to get our current car's bodywork done before we like sell it on, and I wasn't planning on doing that for a couple of weeks. And now it's like go 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 go. My name's Ian Loring. I'm getting a new car next week. I found out this morning.
Well, that's exciting news, at least. It's better than it being delayed a month.
It is, and going up to Knowles next week is going to be far more pleasurable than it would have been otherwise. Driving to the Stockport area from Cardiff in a 2016 Nissan Leaf would have been fun. In a 2022 Nissan Leaf, I'll stop, I'll get some lunch, I'll get going again, and I'll actually get there. It's going to be great.
You won't have to ring us and say, right, I'm at my 8th service station.
Mate.
I set off on Friday. What time are you guys leaving on Sunday?
But I mean, it was just like with Dan's funeral, you know, it was like I was expecting to meet you guys for lunch like 2 hours beforehand, and I arrived 40 minutes before the fucking service started. Yeah. Like that, it was rough. Yeah.
Wasn't ideal, was it?
If anyone wants a 2016 Nissan Leaf, let me know. I'll do you a good price.
You're really selling it, to be fair, Ian.
I mean, I really am. I mean, basically, I'm going to do up the bodywork and then just fucking sell it to WeBuyAnyCar.com, I think is probably what's going to happen.
Are you not trading it in?
No, it's a salary sacrifice scheme through work.
Oh, okay.
So it's like service, insurance, warranty, all tyres, all that stuff. And it's $250 a month for 2 years, which is
pretty good.
Pretty fucking tidy, to be fair. So, yeah, apparently we could get about $6,000 or so for the Leaf if it's in decent condition. So, you know, I'll be able to pay off the rest of the financing on it and then subsidise the payments for the new one.
Nice.
So that'll work.
Fair play.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a really, really long show, and I've been crowing about how long the fucking show's going to be, and then I start talking about my new car. So I'm so sorry. I'm going to shut up.
Well, I'm going to use this moment now to get show admin out of the way and say we're a Pod Syndicate podcast. Other Pod Syndicate podcasts out there. Tunes from American Entertainment Landfill, his film, her movie, Rewatch Project. Gonna at those as well. But first, listen to this, because we've got a review, a main review of Prizefighter: The Life of Jem Belcher. We've got that for you. Yeah.
You lucky bunnies.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Russell Crowe's there. I worked this out. I'm fairly certain this is the 10th or maybe 11th Russell Crowe movie we've reviewed on the show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep. We fucking do love our fucking Mr. Crowe.
Nice.
It is. We are. I know everybody was nostalgic for the halcyon days of summer 2020 when we were reviewing just the finest content every week, and we just wanted to bring you guys back to that feeling.
Yep. So we brought it back. We were going to be reviewing Where the Crawdads Sing, but sadly I contracted COVID, so I've been housebound.
Oh, sorry.
So yes, you've recovered from yours, haven't you?
Mostly,
sort of,
yeah.
apart from the coughing that you just did there.
Yeah.
You big plague carrier.
Yeah, and you fucking didn't find out early enough, so I watched Where the Crawdads Sing. So that'll be part of my 10-film What We Watched marathon that I've got coming up later. So buckle up, folks.
You've got quite a few as well, haven't you, Bex?
I've got a few, yeah.
Yeah, I have not that many. Yes, but Ian, there's been some news, hasn't there?
Are we reviewing Persuasion as well?
Yes, that's the other one. I knew it was fucking something else.
Cool. News. You make it sound like there's something like super obvious. Oh no, there's been an absolute shit ton of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
So let's punch our time cards, folks.
Yeah. Let's click into contractual obligation.
Yes. So phases 5 and 6 have been announced, but phase 6 not all the films. Phase 5 is coming and will consist of there's 5 films. Ant-Man 3, Captain Marvel 2, Blade, Guardians 3, the Thunderbolts. Actually, there might be 6 films. I think there's another.
There's 6 films, yeah. There's another one, isn't there?
There's another, but what is it? What is it now? Kind of think it's another sequel.
It is, isn't it?
What is it?
There is Quantum Mania, Guardians, Blade.
Yep.
Is it the Marvels?
No, it's Captain Marvel 2, I said that.
Agatha's what is it? Daredevil. Captain America.
There you go. Captain America New World Order,
Yep.
I think it's called. So, there you go. So that's 6 films for phase 5. And the Thunderbolts is basically MCU's Suicide Squad. They've started setting him up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's going to be Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, and others in a team headed up by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, which will be something. So, there's also a bunch of TV associated with it all.
Yeah.
Look. The thing is, it's the phases thing that bothers me now. Because phase 4 does not have a cohesive narrative.
No.
People are saying, it's about grief and acceptance of, like, past wrongs and blah, blah, blah. It's, right, yeah. Really?
It's like you're clutching a little bit there.
Yeah. And yeah, so
Been a bit shit, hasn't it? Now we can go back and look at it.
So this is the thing, right? Phase 4 is probably going to end on its best film.
Probably, yeah.
Probably by a distance.
If not, I genuinely think there's going to be a little bit of panicking from people.
Well,
So,
what film rounds out phase 4? Is it Black Panther?
Yes.
Yeah. So, on the Bastards box office report, which went up on the Patreon yesterday, and I forgot to tweet about it, so well done me. I discussed how MCU films are performing in the international box office so far this year. And it is fucking interesting. Nothing will top Top Gun Maverick this calendar year. I mean, Avatar 2 might have a crack at it, but not in this calendar year. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it has done very well. But Jurassic Park Dominion, it is probably going to do better worldwide than Thor Love and Thunder when all is said and done. Minions, The Rise of Gru, is probably going to do better than Thor Love and Thunder when things are said and done. That film is, in relative terms, dropping like a stone Like, so Thor Love and Thunder, right? Third weekend, $22 million it made in the US just last weekend. Top Gun Maverick, in its 9th weekend, made 10.
I mean, yeah, so Jurassic World Dominion's just shy of $1 billion. Like 40 million shy of $1 billion. And Thor and Thunder's only just crossed 600 million.
That's the thing. Does Thor Love and Thunder do another like 300 million worldwide before it ends its run? I don't think so.
No. That'll probably top out at maybe 650.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, I think 750 is not out of question. But you look at the drop off. Say it does that. You look at the drop off compared to Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange has done over 800. And it feels like those two films were generally received about the same, where people were just like, yeah. So these phases are going to be fascinating, and there's going to be some big shit coming out of D23 in September. I think we're going to get a Fantastic Four director and cast. We're going to get some more details about Phase 6 generally. But look, we'll see. It's a lot. It's a lot of content. Some of it, and this is the thing with the TV series. I finished Miss Marvel this weekend. I thought it ended strongly. There are 2 episodes in that show that feel like if Miss Marvel was a film, you'd basically take those 2 episodes out and you would have a 2.5 hour long film. Done. But She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
I'll wait if someone does a fucking fan edit of that.
Yeah, there you go. She-Hulk Attorney at Law looks fun, and it looks like it's going to have barely fucking anything to do with anything else apart from the Hulk, because it like they've described it as the MCU's first half-hour comedy. And it's like, that's probably the kind of fucking thing that the MCU needs right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Of all the TV series, the first one that I've actually looked at and gone, I might actually watch that, has been She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And partially because it made me laugh that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's the title.
There's a really good poster of it for it, which is just like it's like as like a flyer for her law firm.
I haven't seen that.
That's pretty good.
That title is such a statement of intent for what that show is going to be.
Yeah.
Just massively here for it. But then also, it was announced through Hollywood Reporter that the Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, to be followed by Avengers: Secret Wars, is to be directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed the one Phase 4 film so far that people like.
Yes.
So, there we go. I will say, as cynical as I am about all this stuff, people on film Twitter, including very well-respected journalists, are crying about, we can't get anything, why is he having to make this? Destin Daniel Cretton is not being forced at gunpoint to direct Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Maybe he wants to direct Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and maybe that's okay.
Yeah, it's just like, here, make a shitload of money directing a movie that we will then give you if it's successful / when it's successful. Have you seen what the fucking Russo brothers been throwing shit at recently? He might just go, yeah, do you know what? Fair enough. And not only that, the filmmakers must look at it and go, I get to work with some huge actors on these massive movies with the best tech possible. They're not going to go, well, actually, no, because I've got this little $8 million movie that I want to make instead. That Pluto TV are going to put on there. So I'm going to go and make that. It's got one of the kids out of Baker Grove in it.
Very specific. I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable with that. It's like the dude's his own fucking man, And yes, all right. Does that? Is there a general mid-budget films that aren't being made? Sure, but I tell you what,
I don't think that's true. I just don't.
No, they're on Netflix. They're on Amazon Prime.
They do come out in cinema a little bit. Quite often they come out in cinemas. It keeps coming out this. What is it that mid-budget movies aren't getting made, and they are. You went to see Where the Crawdads Sing. These things exist.
Yeah.
It's my only thing there would be it's based on pre-existing IP.
But there's been an element of the fact that that's kind of always been the case. A lot of like these, the movies that people reference, you'll go, oh yeah, you mean based on that James Patterson book? Or the John Grisham fucking series that we had in the 90s. They still kind of exist. They don't exist as much between the months of fucking end of April and the last week in August.
No, I mean, look, in the end of the day, if that dude wanted to make a $10 million budget film that Netflix could go from the director of Shang-Chi, considering the kind of stuff that Netflix does greenlight, and Amazon Prime, and, I'm not meaning to call out Netflix specifically too much there, then, the dude would get it made. But also, I think I've had this argument before. People fall in love with films usually because of big films.
Yep.
And I would not be surprised if Destin Daniel Cretton is exactly the fucking same. And yes, he's made a couple of indie films, like Short Term 12 and the one with Michael B. Jordan, Just Mercy. Yeah. And he's made them
$25 million.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. There you go. But that dude probably gets the Marvel assignment. It's like, yeah, go on then. Chloe Zhao directed a fucking Marvel film, and it's not because they were holding her fucking husband hostage. I don't. It just, as much as we poo-poo MCU, the directors choosing to do those films, I don't think is an indictment about the status of cinema per se. And especially when they go back to work with them again. Because they obviously got something out of the experience enough to do it again.
Also, Short Term 12 still exists, and the only people that have seen it are people like us.
Yeah.
And when people say, yeah, but more people should have seen it. No, they shouldn't. I really like Short Term 12. It's a really good film. Am I going to recommend it to your average Joe who goes to the cinema 4 times a year to see the big tentpole movies? No, I'm not. Because they won't like it.
Yeah. And look, unless everyone's got anything else to say on MCU, maybe we move on. But I will say, Avengers Secret Wars, let Chloe Zhao direct it, you cowards.
Yeah, go on. Thanks.
What?
Any thoughts on the Queen Marvel thing?
There's a couple in there peppered through it that I still feel like I could get quite excited about.
I thought Blade was a series. I'm excited to find out it's not.
Directed by the guy who directed Mogul Mowgli.
Oh.
Let's fucking go. I'm really excited for Blade.
My issue is if it gets to a point where I'm going to have watched. The thing is, the ones that I'm excited about are peppered with ones that I very much am not. And I very much am not going to go and watch all those TV series as well. So, for example, The Marvels feels like it's going to make no fucking sense whatsoever to me. So,
yeah.
It is becoming inaccessible. I'll watch Black Panther and I'll watch Quantumania. I like those characters, and I feel like none of the TV shows so far have really kind of made it so that they're going to be inaccessible to me. The new Captain America movie, I'm not going to go and sit through fucking that Hawkeye TV. No, it's not, is it? It's
Falcon,
Bucky and
yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Sam.
Bucky and Sam, that's
Yeah.
what it's called.
I don't give a fucking shit about Sam Wilson. He is a weak ass character. He's white noise. So, but then if I don't watch that one, can I not watch the next one? You know, it just, there's been so much weak crap through Phase 4 that I'm angry with the MCU right now. I rewatched the only Phase 4 movie that I've really, really enjoyed the other day, and it's made me go back and start from the beginning, and I think mentally I maybe just need to go, there are 3 phases to the MCU plus Shang-Chi.
Nice.
I think I need to rewatch Shang-Chi because I really didn't get on with it.
I'll get, obviously it'll come up in my what we've been watching, but it's fucking great, is Shang-Chi.
We'll hold that thought.
I think Ant-Man 3 is going to be a banger.
Well,
even though...
Go on.
Oh, sorry.
Go on. What are you saying?
I was going to segue, but go on.
What were you going to segue to?
Speaking of white noise, as Becky just said, some of the films playing the Venice have been announced.
Yes.
To be opened by Noah Baumbach's adaptation of the Don DeLillo novel White Noise, which I read as part of the American literature module I did in my English lit degree. And that book is fucking great. This film cost over $100 million.
Somebody gave Noah Baumbach $100 million to make a movie.
Yep. Yes, they did.
Wait, somebody gave Noah Baumbach $100 million to make a movie.
Yep.
Was it Netflix?
Yep.
Ah, fuck off.
Yep. The book's really, really good.
Right.
I'm really fucking looking forward to this.
Right. Fucking did not know this. Right. So when all these fucking people fucking start fucking wittering, saying fucking, oh, how can they give the Russo brothers, how can they give 200 million and make these movies, and they've given Noah Baumbach $100 million to make a fucking movie? Noah Baumbach.
You seem genuinely angry.
Because I am genuinely angry. No. Now, people can like Noah Baumbach movies, that's fine. Everyone is entitled to be wrong, right? But Noah Baumbach doesn't need $100 million. Can you imagine the cardigans that are going to be in this movie? Is at least Adam Sandler fucking in this one? Jesus Christ.
No.
Adam Driver.
Oh, fucking of course he is.
Gets better. Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, well, of course, he's fucking her.
Don Cheadle.
Chead's brilliant.
Jodie Turner-Smith.
I like her.
Andre 3000.
Oh, fuck. It's just... Oh, fuck, I'm going to have to watch it.
It's the Marriage Story, man, isn't it? I forgot he did that. Yeah, I won't be watching this.
I always get sucked in by them. I'm going to watch it, and I really hope I like it. But $100 million?
I'm reading an article currently which is quoting it at over 140.
Do you know what? Fuck it, I hope they all got really well fucking paid.
I think
now.
there's I love it.
Fuck off.
I love it.
Just fuck off.
I might read the book.
Oh, wow.
Fuck off. Just...
The thing is, the book is people having conversations.
Well, of course it fucking is.
But why do you need $100 million to make that?
Look,
Because Noah Baumbach will have convinced everybody, because all he tries to do is convince everybody that he's always the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
And he's managed to hoodwink fucking Netflix into doing that, walked out, got to Greta and gone, I don't know how, but we fucking got $150 million. Fair play.
So the key cast and crew have to be paid more or don't have to be paid more, but are paid more for films that aren't destined for a theatrical release, because they don't get the usual back end that they would with pre-streamer made films.
Apart from, however, there's a mild hint of disingenuousness to that though, because
fucking hell, you're angry.
I am genuinely angry, yeah. Because, right, there would be no back end to this fucking movie.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's a good argument. I can't. Yeah,
so usually what happens is, with this type of fucking movie, because no fucking cunt gives them fucking $140 million to do it, these fucking twats that I'm pointing at now have to work for fucking scale.
Who are you pointing at?
I'm pointing at the fucking pricks that are on the fucking Wikipedia page that are in it.
He is genuinely very angry.
Right? These guys have to do like what fucking... What's it? Jonah Hill had to do, and take a massive fucking pay cut to be in fucking Wolf of Wall Street. But no, because it's... This is why you're in fucking debt, Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, did you talk about the new Netflix tier last week?
Netflix is what? Tier?
Yeah.
What tier? Oh no, what? Oh, the ad one?
Yeah. Did you talk about that last week in news?
Didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, they're introducing a new... They're not making the cheapest tier the one with the adverts. They're apparently introducing a new, cheaper tier that will have adverts.
I'll never get it, so I won't need to know anything about it.
But will they though? Or will all their prices just go up before they bring it out, and the one that is currently the cheapest tier will be the one that has the ads?
I don't know, because it's not going to exist in fucking 3 years' time anyway.
It's pretty shit anyway.
That's a bold prediction.
I'm joking, but fucking let's see. All right,
Right,
fucking...
Should we relax Mark a bit? So also getting its premiere there, the Brendan Fraser Renaissance, the Brendonaissance.
I think it's just Renaissance.
Renaissance. That is way cleaner. Thank you. Will continue. Will Brendan Fraser get a Best Actor nomination at the Oscars? I'm going to say right now, yes. Even if people don't like the film, people like Brendan Fraser.
Yes, it will be his second nomination, I believe. Gods and Monsters, I think he got nominated for Best Supporting.
Oh, okay.
Not Blast from the Past?
No.
Okay, that's a shame. So, yes, that's also playing... oh, God, I know there's others as well. Don't Worry, Darling's playing... bit of controversy about that on the internet this week. Oh, dear. Did Florence Pugh ghost direct it? Did Olivia Wilde get pissed off that... Harry Styles was into Florence Pugh and then just decided to fuck him? Who knows? What fun.
Press tour for that's going to be a fucking blast.
I love it. I love it.
Do you know what I'd love? I'd love it if it was just Chris Evans. Like Chris Evans, Harry Styles, and Olivia Wilde, or Chris Evans, Florence Pugh, and Olivia Wilde, and Chris Evans just has no idea. Not Chris Evans, Chris Pine, best Chris, has just no idea that any of this controversy is around, because he's just had nothing to do with it, and just can't understand why everything's really tense.
Fun. Todd Field's got a new film coming out, first one for like 15 years. Tar.
Oh yes,
Kate Blanchett's in that.
What's the trailer for that?
Luca. I actually haven't watched that yet.
Ian, you do not need to.
Okay, no, fine. Luca Guadagnino is back after Suspiria with Bones and All, starring Timothée Chalamet and Escape Room's Taylor Russell, in a story about teenage cannibals going on a road trip. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, go on then.
Blonde's playing there. Martin McDonagh's new film, The Banshees of Inisherin. Fucking Florian Zeller's follow-up to The Father, called The Son, with Hugh Jackman, Laura Dern and Vanessa Kirby. Also out of competition, Walter Hill and Paul Schrader's new films. Walter Hill's Dead for $1.
Yeah, that's getting some really good reviews.
Nice.
Weird. With Christoph Waltz as well, isn't it?
Yep, that's right. And Paul Schrader has Master Gardener, with Joel Edgerton as a horticulturist with a dark past. So, there is... and fucking... Bill Nighy starring remake of Ikiru, Living, is going to be playing there as well. So, also out of competition, Pearl, which we'll talk about later. So, yeah, man, Venice, holy shit.
Yeah, Venice ain't fucking about this year.
No, really not. I am really fucking looking forward to seeing what LFF have got to offer in terms of the screenings that they do outside of London. Because they had some bangers last year. So I mean, I saw The Harder They Fall wasn't exactly a banger, but I saw Titan. They had quite a lot of films playing at my local art house, and hopefully we'll get some details. Hopefully you guys can check some out as well.
Yes.
And yeah, it feels like it's going to be a decent award season. Also, following on from that, I'm trying to segue as much as possible. A report came out saying that Flowers of the Killer Moon will not be ready this year, will be playing Cannes next year, but then Apple and Paramount are teaming up to give it a big theatrical release with like a window before it goes on Apple TV. They want to make it like a proper event, which is very exciting.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. They're going to go big with that.
Yeah. That's very exciting. I mean, it's a shame that it's not going to be this year. But the idea of Apple just going, here you go, on the big fucking screen, and then fuck you, a month later, we'll have it on Apple TV. The rest of you can get to fuck. Go on then.
Yeah. I'm up for Apple entering this groove a little bit.
Yeah. Still makes me laugh that they won Best Picture before Netflix, even though Coda is a film that does not exist.
Yes, I literally, when you said that, I was like, did they? What for? Oh, yeah. A movie that's been available for me to watch for nothing for a year now, and I've still not watched it.
Have you still not seen Coda?
Still not seen Coda, yeah. And the thing is, I actually kind of want to watch it. I just haven't actually sat down to watch it. I need to do that at some point.
You should have made it one of your COVID films.
No, I want to be able to concentrate properly on it. So,
speaking of Apple TV for a second, Ian, I know you don't really do TV, but you do some TV that you carefully select. Have you watched any of that Black?
Sure, yep. No, but I've heard good things.
I've watched the first couple of episodes. It's very good.
Yeah?
Well, speaking of Blackbird...
Oh, shit. Oh, shit!
We got the trailer, didn't we?
And it's getting a release in the UK, 2nd of September.
Yep.
What's this?
Blackbird.
The Michael Flatley film.
Movie.
Oh, fuck me. You're still banging on about that.
Literally, when the trailer came out, I had several people on Twitter go, holy shit, Mark, have you seen it?
I haven't watched this.
Why?
I wasn't aware it had a trailer that was available.
It's
not on my
100%.
radar.
We are reviewing Blackbird.
Can I just point out, okay, you are aware of this. I suggested we go to Dublin to watch
Oh,
it.
fuck, you did, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
for
there was a trailer.
fuck's sake.
And your response was, are you being serious? And my own response to that was, I'm not sure.
Like, it's a good job your passport still hasn't arrived, because clearly they think you're suspicious.
Clearly they do. Probably they went no, that prick's to go watch fucking Blackbird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks every bit as fantastic as we thought it was going to.
I mean, it is. It was quite the day when that trailer came out. I don't know. It looks like a dude just self-financed his own Bond movie, and it just and it's just like, do you know what? I got massive fucking respect for that. You want to call your production company Dance Lord Pictures?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
It
literally is. Michael Flatley has gone, I made so much money off Riverdance. Like, so much money that you do not even understand how much money I made off this fucking thing. And now I can't do it anymore because my legs have gone. So, fuck it. I always wanted to be Bond. I'm just going to spend 20 million of my own money and make a movie.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Yes.
Right, and you have to be honest.
Yep.
Does it actually look any good?
No. No.
Right.
It looks fantastic.
I mean, he's right. It looks fantastic.
It does.
And before we start talking about trailers, because it almost feels like it'd be disrespectful not to mention it, a couple of deaths this week: David Warner and Paul Sorvino. I mean, Paul Sorvino seemed like a legit, really, really fucking good dude.
Yeah.
And he's going to be remembered by fans of film for fucking ever. I mean, like, dude's got a fucking legacy. And David Warner, just one of those great...
Hey,
oh, cool, guys. David Warner's in this.
Yeah. He was another one where, when he appeared on screen, you went, oh, nice. He was always just a great character actor that was just, but didn't have like a character actor presence, if that makes sense. Your character actors often are a little bit, they're a certain type of build, whereas he was built like a fucking movie star and looked like a movie star, but just decided to be a character actor instead. And I always liked that element.
Yeah, a couple of really sad ones this week.
And it, like, Sorvino, I mean, like, between Sorvino and James Caan, like, it still feels weird that Ray Liotta's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching Killing Them Softly was a bit like...
Well, he's in that Blackbird.
He's in Blackbird, yeah, he is.
And it's just like, fucking hell.
Because he's always been good.
Yeah.
And
even when he's in not great stuff, he's good.
Yeah. As a quick side tangent on Liotta, I still maintain Ray Liotta is one of the most underrated comedic actors ever.
Yeah.
The guy where he does comedy was just brilliant at it. You know, it's something wild and Heartbreakers where he's genuinely doing comedy. He's fantastic at.
So menacing as well.
Yeah. And Savino was
it feels like the simulation had a brain fart when he died. It was just like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. It's like, that wasn't cool. Dickheads.
Yeah, like Paul Sorvino and David Warner. I mean, it you know, like Paul Sorvino had a very, very good innings. The dude, he was a big dude. You know, and you know, and David Warner was getting on, but Ray Liotta, it felt like, you know,
we should have another 20 years of him.
Yeah, easy, if not 30. You know, and it just yeah. And anyway. Right, strap in. There's about 500 trailers to talk about.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
Looking forward to this more than the Zemeckis one.
If it wasn't Del Toro, it'd be getting pilloried.
Yeah, I thought it looked all right.
Thoughts, Bex?
It's quite ugly. Just on an aesthetic level.
How many versions of Pinocchio do we need?
I think this one's supposed to be...
They're all supposed to be something.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
it's like the
there's a lot
railway
of
children
these-
returning. No one asked for them to return.
No one asked for 2 new Pinocchio movies.
3.
3?
There's another one.
Oh, fucking hell.
What, the Pauly Shore
The
one?
Pauly Shore one.
Oh, no, that doesn't count, does it?
Right.
We're not real films. And you know what? I get it. I like it when they do kind of the actual fairy tale versions of these fairy tales that have been Disneyfied. Like, in reality, fucking Cinderella, there was people like chopping their fucking toes off to try and get them into these shoes and all this kind of shit in the original like proper stories. So if it's that,
They were all written by chronic masturbators, though. You don't
what are
need
you
that.
basing that on?
Literally, Hans Christian Andersen was a chronic masturbator.
Right, but they weren't all written by Hans Christian
And
Andersen.
but a lot of them were.
I don't know. He could be quite interesting. It just looks fucking ugly.
Do you know, I feel like people get guilted into thinking they should like these more because they're the real story. It's like, do you know why you don't know the real story? Because it's not that fun.
I'll tell you what, the Matteo
it's-
Garrone one had some fucking random shit in it and was entertaining.
But it's a bit like when people watch fucking Watership Down that wasn't the fucking edited for TV version the first time.
That's on Sky.
And they
I
watch
really
it and
did watch
go,
that the other day.
oh my god, what's he doing? Oh my god, no! It's basically that a lot of the time with these. Oh, it's the proper story. You mean the shit one? The Samaritan. What do you reckon of this? We know I love it. I'm going to watch it. Looks
Yeah,
fucking
I'm up
great.
for this. This looks alright. So, he's what, like an ageing superhero, basically?
He's a superhero that basically, decided, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm alright with that one. Looks quite good.
Big let's go for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the bit when he got hit by the car and then you could literally just see him laid there, but his body crimpling back into shape. And then the kid asked him if he's alright. He's like, yeah, I'm alright. I have a feeling that's going to be... Stallone has been very big to say, I had a fucking great time making this movie. And he says that a lot. He's one of those guys. But he was very, very active on social media whilst he was making that movie.
Yeah.
Right, what we got next? Me Time. You didn't watch this, Becky.
No, because Kevin Hart gives me the ick.
Because Kevin Hart gives you the ick. Ian, did you watch the Me Time trailer?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll watch it. Like using the Mark parlance, this feels like a Tuesday night watch to me.
It's got big Tuesday night energy. It does a little bit feel like they've gone, right, Kevin Hart, and then they've just spun a big Kevin Hart wheel, and Kevin Hart just lands on a random actor, and they go, all right, Matt Wahlberg, fuck it, yeah, we can write something like that on that.
Yeah, there's some algorithm shit to this.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what do people want to see? Kevin Hart's trying to do poopy when wild animal attacks him.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
we'll do that then.
It literally is. It's an algorithmic movie.
That
this.
sounds awful.
It doesn't look much better. I'm speed rounding some of these, but we'll focus more on some
Please
of them.
do.
Tar, the movie you referenced earlier. Now, I said to you didn't need to watch the trailer for this. Nothing to do with the fact of the movie. It's just the trailer is literally a straight-on shot of Cate Blanchett exhaling smoke very slowly.
And then an orchestra.
And then an orchestra.
That's it.
That's it.
Sounds quite sexy.
So it's actually not as sexy as you'd hope. Talking about not as sexy as you'd hope, Pearl.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. Look. I mean, yes, well done there. Look. I thought X was alright.
Yeah.
And we knew this.
Enjoyed it, I think.
We knew this was coming.
Yep.
And I'm watching it, and it's just like, I don't care. I genuinely, and it's not like because, ooh, ick. I don't care. I do not care.
This is exactly what I was saying to you.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about the origin story of this, like, horny old woman from this film who dies at the end of that film? Who cares?
It's almost like Ty West, halfway through the movie, got horny both for the old lady and Mia Goth, and went, oh, movie!
I mean, apparently he and Mia Goth wrote it while they were in lockdown, in like isolation, after they arrived in Australia or New Zealand, where they filmed X, and they just said to A24, "Hey, give us Y amount of dollars, and we'll make you another film." And they went for it, and absolutely respect the hustle there.
Yep.
Good on him, but I don't know why A24 would think we would care.
That's it. The thing is, I will watch it, but I'm not. If it didn't exist, I wouldn't be asking for it.
No.
And the trailer doesn't make me want to watch it either.
It is out. It comes out the Friday before we go. We fly out to Florida. So I'll be honest. I fucking love watching horror movies with a US crowd. So there is a part of me that thinks I might take myself off one evening to go see it. For the crowd.
Yeah, we'll go and see it, won't we?
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'll go and see it, but yeah, the trailer did nothing for me.
no.
It just made me look at it and go, there's a lot of just layers to that just don't seem like they need to be there. Till. You quite like this one, didn't you, Bex?
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks bleak.
Oh, it looks like it's going to tell you off.
Yeah.
It's as Ian would say, it's very eat your vegetables.
Yeah. But like very glossy vegetables.
Yeah.
They've got some butter on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just a fucking plate of fucking broccoli, is it?
It's not boiled broccoli. It's maybe
No.
being like tossed in some oil and
No,
some
it's
seasoning
got
and
a sheen
roasted.
to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't miss the meat.
No. No, it looks really fucking good. And important. It looks like an important movie.
It does, but it looks like it's going to be... It looks like it's going to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
In a good way.
No, you didn't do it.
No, but still, for humanity.
Oh yeah. I mean that's everything at the moment. That's looking out the fucking window at the moment makes you feel bad for humanity.
Yeah. Did you see this one, Ian?
I didn't. You're really selling it.
It's a good trailer, actually. It's a fucking good trailer.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it does make you look at it and go, oh, this trailer's telling me off and I fucking deserve it. Alright, I'm just literally going down them in order of what I've got them, so I'm not building up to anything because I can't even bother to around it.
Sure.
So, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's a fucking good trailer.
It's a fucking good trailer, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking good trailer. Still no idea what it's about.
Yeah.
Whose arse is in that Black Panther costume?
Have to wait and see.
Do we think it's going to be Letitia Wright, or do you think it's going to be one of the other ones?
I really hope it's not Letitia Wright.
I don't think it's going to be.
Me thinks the Bubba being born underwater is Black Panther's kid with Lupita Nyong'o, so I don't think it's Lupita Nyong'o.
Is it the Bubba underwater one of the Atlanteans?
Yeah, I heard that the watery... It's the Wakandans and the Atlanteans.
Yeah, it's
isn't it,
Atlanteans.
story?
Yeah, that looked like an Atlantean baby.
I thought it was a Wakanda water birth.
I thought it was a fish initially, and then I kind of like read some reactions to it. And it was like, oh my god, the Facebook comments thing. I think it was that I read.
Never look at
People
comments.
Are very angry about just everything on there, aren't they?
It's a comment section.
Yeah, but they were arguing about whether like what was going to happen and how disrespectful it was to like not just recast it, and people get recast all the time, and they should have just never made another movie, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's...
I think it's super fucking interesting to have the warrior women of this nation try and work out what the fuck to do when their icon has gone. I think that is a very, very cool premise for a film.
Yeah.
And it's a sad premise for a film. It's going to be a very, very, very sad film. But
It's actually the most respectful way they could have dealt with it, though, because if
Yep.
they had recast it, nah, fuck that. If they've not addressed it at all, also fuck that. It allows people to grieve the character and the actor simultaneously.
I have heard a rumour.
Ooh,
I have heard a rumour
go on.
that when Shuri goes into the Black Panther place bit,
Yeah.
like it's like the afterlife bit, isn't it? Because like he goes in there at one point and speaks to his dad, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Like a spirit plane.
yeah.
Yeah. Do people want me to say this rumour or not?
What? It's going to be a CG fucking Chadwick Boseman talking to her.
No. It's Killmonger.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She thinks she's going to see Chadwick. Do you think she's going to see? Fuck, his name's gone out of my head.
I can't remember either.
Michael B.
T'Challa.
Jordan.
T'Challa, yeah.
Oh.
But it's
his
not.
character
It's
name,
Killmonger instead.
That's an interesting way of dealing with the fact that Killmonger's argument was right.
Yeah.
It was just the actions he was taking were wrong.
And technically, he was a Black Panther at one point. But he's not.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that wasn't a theory that someone was putting out. That was a look. I've heard this happens,
Okay.
and that's how they got around the him not seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks really fucking good. Looks like the usual kind of like, right, we need you to make it look a little bit like this, and Google has gone, yeah,
But it looks like
a film.
proper Marvel movie. It looks like how they used to look before they all got homogenized.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fucking huge, that movie, and deservedly so.
So from a great comic book adaptation movie to
Black Adam.
fuck that, no,
Yeah,
no.
just, it's 10 years too late.
Do you know what? Do you reckon they signed him up at like the height of his popularity, thinking this is going to be fucking great? We've got Dwayne the fucking Rock Johnson, and he's damaged his stock so much now because it's not. I mean, it's not just us that say this.
No.
He yeah, I know we have a hate hard on for him, but it isn't just like
He's let us down.
bubble. He has let us down.
He's let us down. We
and
we
he's
used
damaged
to
his
be.
stock so much, but they've still got this movie to put out.
Yeah. But you should never have fucking taken on Uncle Vin. It's never going to end well.
No, that was kind of the beginning of the end, wasn't it?
What was that? There was a film we watched today that this week that had a joke related to that.
just-
Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I've
Just
not.
to say, I enjoy the fact that Black Adam has a character called Dr. Fate, and it is played by Pierce Brosnan. I will watch a film where Pierce Brosnan plays a character called Dr. Fate all day long. I'm a bit annoyed that film is Black Adam, but yes, I will watch Black Adam.
So Shazam looks like it could be fun.
It's another one that's 10 years too late, though.
I mean, the last one was only out like 4 years ago.
Was it? Fucking hell, that feels like ages ago.
Well, time has no meaning in the past few years, does it?
That's true. No, it
true
was
that.
only 3 years ago.
Shazam, the last one, it
Fucking
was
hell, 2019.
2019, yeah, 3 years ago.
Holy shit, for some reason in my head it came out around the same time as that one with Nick Cage and that blonde girl.
I mean, that could be a lot of films.
Drive
I think.
Angry?
No. The blonde girl with the face who was in the movie about the plane and there was a baby and monsters.
Fucking hell, that's a lot.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know. You have something in your phone that will tell
I
you.
know, but I don't know what to search.
Not that. Nick Cage.
Okay. Yeah, but he makes so many movies. Nicolas Cage.
When was this out?
Well, that's it. I don't know. A while ago. scrolling.
Do you mean
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
No.
Where's there an airplane in Kick-Ass?
No. Chloe Grace Moretz was also in that awful film with the airplane and the baby in that.
Oh, of course, yes.
Shadow in the
Oh,
Clouds.
Jesus, right.
That was the Chloe Grace Moretz movie you picked.
Couldn't think of any others.
So Shazam. That looks fun, right?
Yeah. Oh god, I've just highlighted to everyone that listens that sometimes I am as stupid as you are.
A little bit on that one.
Shit.
Yeah, Shazam looks alright. It kind of looks like it's going to be absolutely swallowed whole by Avatar, but hopefully over a Christmas period it will do enough.
I think there's a quiet love for Shazam out there. I think people really vibe with the last one.
I don't remember it all.
Yeah.
I remember liking it, but I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I'll need to rewatch it. I bought it on Apple when it was cheap at some point. So
I will also need to rewatch it because when all the people came in, like in the trailer, I was like, "Who are those pricks?" Right, what else have we got? All right, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
that looks fun.
I think it looks fucking brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris Pine Sorry, go on.
And I was just saying, yeah, for sure. It looks fun. It looks like a fun kind of the whole like irreverent family movie kind of vibe that we had for a while there.
Yeah.
It's like that again.
Oh yeah, it does look like that. There's a I will happily watch Chris Pine just being a charming idiot.
Yeah. So basically just playing himself.
Yeah.
It still does like blow my mind how much he looks like the character from Team America World Police though.
Very much does.
It's the hair. But I love him. He's great in everything.
So the next trailer for Don't Worry Darling?
Not as into it as I was the first design, but I did like the harsh sound design of the tick tock. I thought that was interesting. I'll have more of that. But I hope I really, really, really hope it is not just men are powerful and they're dicks.
I have a feeling it might be. But there's an interesting shot in the trailer, actually, that I spotted.
Go on.
So there's a bit where Florence Pugh is literally sinking into the bath, and her reflection in the mirror that's next to her, as she sinks into the bath, turns around and looks at her.
Yeah.
That was fucking interesting.
The imagery in this film reminds me of the Last Night in Soho trailer, where that trailer was fucking interesting, and it had like, you know, the kind of like the stuff at the end where like that room's breaking apart and like her eyes in the reflection of the knife and all that good stuff.
Didn't that have some TikTok action going as well?
Yeah, no, and like the breaking of glass slowly.
Yeah. You know, and I'm starting to get those kinds of vibes, but I'm more than happy to be proved wrong. I want these films to be more than just men are entitled dickheads. I want him to get deeper in that. Really, like old Becky Hall just fucking screaming at me about how much of a fucking dick I am.
Well, the
reviews
for that have come in, haven't they? And are very good.
Of what? Becky Hall screaming about how much a dick I am. They made the film.
Yes.
Oh, my Make-A-Wish Foundation letter got to them. But no, I mean, like, it's... I want that film to be angry, but I also want that film to not be obvious.
I've been up for it until that trailer, and then that trailer made me go a little bit, okay. I want to stop seeing things about it now. I just want to see the movie now.
Again, I'm going to go see that with an American audience. I'm very, very much hoping for a lot of what the fuck noises.
Not okay. Movie we're reviewing next week.
Looks okay.
Yes, does look okay. Kind of up for it.
Yeah. As long as she gets a comeuppance, which it looks like she does.
All right, Bex, fucking hell.
What?
Oh, that bitch dies.
Well, yeah.
As long as she fucking kills herself.
I never said she had to die.
Online.
Jesus.
And nobody's watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
They, them.
Oh, God, that's one of the saddest fucking things I think I've ever heard. God, that's really fucking dark. Just like, no one even cares. I'm going to kill myself online and no one's even going to watch.
Yeah, everybody logged off. Why did you log off? Ah, bored, mate. Did you know she killed herself? So?
Who cares?
Who cares? I wasn't watching it. They, them.
What?
They, them. Have you not watched?
Oh, they/them?
Yes.
I didn't watch this.
The more...
I think I'm going to leave myself pure.
the more I see of this, the more I'm a bit like... I really hope this isn't just super tone deaf and bad.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it could be super tone deaf.
It does.
And bad.
It seems a little... I don't know. I'm not sure on this. It's a bit like... Nah, not right now. Not right now. The message you're trying to get across is not going to get... They're going to side with the wrong people.
I don't know, it calls it an LBGTQIA plus empowerment tale set at a gay conversion camp, so...
It's people
They're
are going
on
to
the right
side.
side
No,
of it.
I just don't. I think it's going to land with the wrong people.
Yeah. Because, inarguably, Kevin Spacey's the most recognisable
Kevin
person.
Spacey?
No, fucking, what's he
Kevin
called?
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Is the most, recognisable.
That would be tone deaf.
That would be tone deaf. And, you kind of automatically drift towards siding with the person whose face you know, who's the star, don't you? And then, if he then turns out to be a bad dickhead, but people just still side with it.
I just really hope, fucking halfway through, he tries to sell him a phone.
Yeah. Tries to land a plane using a dodgy Wi-Fi signal.
Don't fucking get me started on that fucking advert.
Oh, we just landed a plane!
Don't get me started on that fucking advert. You didn't land a fucking plane. All the equipment landed a fucking plane.
You just sat there and went, oh my god.
Anyway, breaking.
Do you know what?
To Electric Boogaloo.
We just watched this trailer less than an hour ago and I cannot remember it all.
A veteran decides to rob a bank,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's basically he's trying to get the attention of robbing a bank so he can draw attention to the way that veterans are treated.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very good two-hander between McLeod-Williams and John Boyega. Who is getting very, very good reviews in this.
This is another one that looks very vegetable heavy though.
Yes. I have a feeling that all of the... This is one of those movies where all of the action is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Again. And it's going to be quite heavy going in the actual film.
The Killing Them Softly of 2022.
Yes. Halloween ends. We're getting towards the end of the trailer chat, guys.
Fucking hell. God's sake, that was this week as well.
Not a lot in the trailer, really, other than the fact that it's the Halloween Ends movie.
And it looks like there's some de-aging going on.
It does look like there's some de-aging going on. Yeah. There was some flashbacky bits, but there did look like there was some de-aging bits in there as well. What do you think, Ian?
I liked Halloween Kills, damn it.
I'm going to rewatch Halloween Kills, obviously, before Halloween Ends to see if I was wrong or if everyone else is right.
Halloween Kills, subtle as a sledgehammer, but fuck you, it's horror. So, that is what it is sometimes. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that your guy, your Pineapple Express man, what the fuck's his name? David Gordon Green. I'm a little bit worried that with the whole COVID delay and him retooling it to be set in the age of COVID, that it's going to be a little bit too much fucking noodling.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I like having Halloween films coming out in October, and I love to see it. So, yeah.
Yep. John Wick Chapter 4.
Fucking get my dick out. Let's go. Beat me up, John Wick. I very much want you to whip me with that belt in my face because I've been a very bad boy. I didn't kill your dog, but I would like to kill you, so hurt me, please, Daddy.
Yeah, it just looks fucking brilliant. It just... When you watch this trailer, you go, yeah, they're just so good. They've built such a great world.
I think I need to rewatch this trailer because I felt quite underwhelmed.
I think you do need to rewatch the trailer.
When did we watch it?
I don't know.
Did we watch it before or after watching the cheap knockoff of it, but was basically trying to be a knockoff of it?
Before that, I think.
Was it before that?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it because I love the John Wick movies, but I watched this trailer. I was just like, oh, really, another one?
Do you have any more trailers?
No, I don't think so.
Ian, do you have more?
Fuck, I don't. I hope I don't.
Did you not get the Oppenheimer trailer?
Yeah, I mean, I have seen the Oppenheimer trailer. Yeah, all right. I'll speak to that for a minute, but I feel like we probably need to do a deeper dive when you guys get a chance to see it. Surprised the shit out of me when this started up in front of Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? It looks pretty intense. There's this weird timer at the bottom of the screen running while the trailer runs, and it's like, I know Nolan likes his time. Is he literally going to have some sort of timer counting down on the screen throughout the entire fucking film or something? Like, what's that about? Yeah, it looks intense. There's not a lot to it. There's a lot of fire imagery, but it certainly grabbed the attention. I'll say that. We'll talk more about it. I was a bit disappointed that my first time watching that trailer was not on an IMAX screen. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think it's getting fully released next week, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it should be. I mean, it was attached to the DCPs of Nope, so it was like literally, it just played directly in front of Nope in the US. So I don't know whether they'll do that over here, considering like the trailers come out separately. But I would very much like to see this in IMAX when I see Nope in IMAX. So yeah,
same. Right, that was probably our most epic trailer chat we've ever done.
Fair point.
Well, starting out better because she's just marinating chicken.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Right. Our feature review this week is the Amazon Prime movie, Prizefighter, The Life of Jem Belcher, directed by Daniel Graham, written by and starring Matt Hookings, and Ray Winston, Stephen Burkhoff for an amount of time, and Russell Crowe. What is it about? Well, IMDb tells us, at the turn of the 19th century, pugilism was the sport of kings, and a gifted young boxer fought his way to become champion of England. So yeah, that kind of is what it's about. Matt Hookins plays Jem Belcher, and Russell Crowe plays Jack Slack, his grandfather, who helps teach him the way of pugilism, in spite of the fact that Jack Slack actually died 3 years before Jem Belcher was born. But yeah, fuck it, why not? Wow. Ian, what do you think to Prizefighter, The Life of Jem Belcher?
So, the thing is, it's doing very, very ordinary sports movie stuff. Like, just ordinary stuff. But I thought the end was all right. Again, it feels entirely manufactured and not what actually happened. But
yeah, it's really not.
yeah, I did like what this film was trying to get across with like boxing being like the everyman's sport and like the thrill of the art of it. Like I was quite taken with, but this film is at its most entertaining when Russell Crowe is on screen and he dies about 20 minutes in. And then the rest of it is this weirdly trying way too hard to look glossy when you want it to be mucky period film where, alright, it's a guy from the streets who starts loving the smell of his own farts and then has to be broken down and start again for an hour and 40 minutes. Cool.
Yep.
Just absolute filler. Absolute filler that I'm assuming Winstone and Crowe were a bit bored during the pandemic and were getting paid well. It's not egregiously shit, but it is just, what are these guys doing? What? Why is anyone doing this?
Yeah, it is a little bit like that, isn't it? Bex, what do you think to Prizefighter, the life of Jem Belcher?
I just don't really see the point of it. Like, if you're going to make a movie like this, make it historically accurate. Or at least vaguely historically accurate. Or interesting. And it was none of those things.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like... Sorry, go on.
But boxing movies are not my kind of thing, anyway, with the obvious exception. But yeah, oh my god, and that final fucking fight went on for 13 days. I finally understood what you meant with the whole... no, they shouldn't be in a period drama because they look like they've seen an iPhone. The girl that played his sister.
Yeah.
It was just like, nah, sorry. None of the performances... Actually, no, to be fair, Ray Winston and Russell Crowe were both pretty decent. I don't normally like Ray Winston. I thought he was really good in this. But, like, the rest of the cast were not good.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that, yeah. It's almost a little bit like Matt Huckins decided that he really liked boxing and he heard about this guy, Jem Belcher, and wanted to write a biopic about him, but then couldn't be asked to do any fucking research whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, not even read the fucking Wikipedia page.
No, I reckon you read the top of the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, and then just went, I cast myself in it, but I'm not going to actually get in shape for it. And then, yeah. It was, like you say, Russell Crowe was the best thing about it, and he dies after 20 minutes. And then you find out that his character actually should never have fucking been there in the first place. No, I thought Ray Winston was pretty much what you expect from Ray Winston now, which is a caricature of Ray Winston.
But Ray Winston fitted the role, so it worked.
But every so often, he just did embarrassing man in the pub things of going, oh, he's a punch, he's got this, got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's like waving his arms around. It's like, just stop it. Stop it, Ray. Just go back to being a betting head. Mm-hmm. It was... It just, none of it seemed that difficult either. And it really was at the time, you know.
Oh, and do you know what I hated? Because they were obviously going... They were... this kid that wrote it, clearly a fan of Rocky. This was going to be his Rocky. But then, why just copy shit? Like, the final fight has got so many shades of fucking Rocky. Even down to the bit where he cuts his fucking eye. That just made me really, really angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, as well,
It's,
not his final fight, actually, either. He had like 4 or 5 fights after that as well.
Look, yeah, I mean, it's a very fucking meh bit of content.
It really
That's
it's just, when you watch it, you kind of watch it going, there's a genuine, there's the occasional, how did this get made? Where it's so ridiculous, how did this get made? This is a, how did this get made? Yeah.
How did this get Russell Crowe, though? Like, this seems small for him.
I think Ian's right.
there's the.
Go on, sorry,
Yeah, there have been films over the last year or so where there have been people in them where you're like, what the fuck is this person doing in this? And I think it's because you've got these production companies able to go, we're small and live enough that we don't necessarily need a massive crew, so the COVID protocols, it's easier to manage with, and we will pay you a decent amount.
Apparently, it was literally Russell Crowe was added during production, when production had to be stopped because they had run out of money, and like a lot of the crew hadn't been paid and bits like that. And the only way they could get it rolling again is if they got a bit of an injection of cash, and that's when Amazon went, right, we'll take it, we'll buy it, but we're going to put Russell Crowe in it.
Fair enough.
It's that I feel like there's been quite a few. This person would not have been in this film if COVID hadn't have happened. Lately, I swear I've said it on the show.
Yeah.
And I think this is just one of them. Yeah. And hey, I mean, if people have made a bit of money off of it because Amazon have bought it, then, absolutely fair play. But
the mad thing is, this film was shot last year. Right? All of it was most of it was shot last year. They only finished it in May and June this year. Russell Crowe joined it in May this year. Yeah.
What?
What are you saying?
Really?
Yeah, Russell Crowe only kind of like shot his bits for it in like May of this year.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's fucking mad.
Yeah. So
And,
you can kind of tell.
Well, yeah, I mean, because what does he do? He gets pissed, has a couple of conversations with a kid, like, has a conversation with the kid's mum where she says, please don't draw him into your life, and then immediately proceeds to draw him into his life, and bets on a chicken fight, and punches a couple of people. I enjoyed the chicken fight bit.
I enjoyed the fact that the one bit of boxing advice that he gives him is, make sure you always follow straight away.
One fist
follows the other. And then none of that happens in any of the fights he ever has.
Oh, that's a good point.
You keep going, here we go. He's going to be like the king, like the fucking combo king and bits like that. No. About the most amusing bit of it is when he slaps that drunk in the face. In the fight, and then spits booze in his face, and that's about it. Yeah.
Did enjoy that.
Yeah. It's just not. It's just really not very good.
One thing I will say, I'm glad he didn't have a love interest. I'm glad it was just like he fucks about.
Yeah.
And he never really has an attachment with anyone. Like, there's that one rich woman, but even that doesn't really turn into anything.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that they didn't do that, and like I say, the ending to a relative extent got me.
It was rousing to a point, and then it was like it was a little bit like the director couldn't quite help himself for going, I just want to eke out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it was like, right, we stopped caring. Oh, as well, Jesus, it just the wonderment of the guy's name.
I can't remember his real name. Is it Harry Bird?
Oh, the game chicken.
Yeah.
Game chicken. Fucking hell.
Gem Necktie Belcher
Yeah.
versus Harry
The game chicken.
Game Chicken Birch.
Birch. Yeah, it's not very good. I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be... I genuinely hope I don't see 10 films worse than this, but it isn't going to be my worst film of the year, but it will probably be in my bottom 10.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for that because it's got Russell Crowe in it, and I love Russell Crowe.
Yeah, he's not in it for long. I don't think he'll take it too bad.
No. What is everybody? Because I think it's shit.
Shit, yeah.
I am very, 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 very mildly definitely not shit, and I'm sorry.
Fair play. Well,
I thought it was fine. I thought it was aggressively fine.
our audience poll,
Yeah.
definitely not shit 0%, touching cloth 0%, and shit 100%.
Oh. It just is shit, though. So I can't feel too sorry for it.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever?
Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, The Dark Knight has got like all the orphans, and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey Hannah, I think you really can't beat a good rewatch of a TV show. Would you agree with that, love?
Oh, yes, I would.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think during, global pandemics, storms, all of these things, it's quite nice to just sit down and burn through something that you've seen a million
Absolutely,
times.
nothing like a binge watch.
Star Trek.
Babylon 5.
Because you could sit there for hours looking at serial killer documentaries.
Absolutely, that doesn't
Netflix.
make you a weird person at all.
It doesn't. Yeah, you could watch documentaries that all seem to be about women killing men.
Love you, darling.
You could put off watching Daredevil for the 30th time.
Harry Potter.
But really, you can't beat immersing yourself in the warm jumper of a rewatch of a show or a franchise.
Beloved franchise.
A beloved franchise.
Lord of the Rings.
Twin Peaks. From VHS compilations recorded off television, with the ad breaks, cut out of course, to DVD box sets of Sex and the City and, I don't know, Smallville.
Farscape.
Quantum Leap. To giving up finding new content on Netflix and just having a comfort trawl through Star Trek The Next Generation or Parks and Recreation. I think that we can all agree.
There's a lot to be said for that.
You can't beat a good rewatch. So, with that in mind, join
Hannah
and Mike from Chinstroker vs. Punter as we burn through some of our favourite franchises and share our immediate reactions to each instalment in both spoiler and non-spoiler sections. To do that, do a search for the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever your favourite podcast provider may be, or go directly to anchor.fm/rewatch project. We are proud members of the Pod Syndicate family of podcasts.
Well, moving on from one. This is I'm going to call this a soft feature review, partially because I forgot we were reviewing it. Persuasion is directed by Carrie Cracknell and written by Ronald Brass and Alice Victoria Winslow. Of course it was. Based on the Jane Austen novel. And it stars Dakota Johnson, Cosmo Jarvis. That is a real name, I haven't made that up.
Sure.
Henry Golding, Richard E. Grant, and other people are in it. And what does IMDb say it is? 8 years after Annie Elliot was persuaded not to marry a dashing man of humble origins, they meet again. Will she seize her second chance at true love? Ian, Persuasion. Were you persuaded?
I mean, there's a question. Yeah. I mean, I was turned on.
By Henry
Sorry,
Golding.
that's really. I mean, a bit of Henry Golding, but a lot of Dakota Johnson. Right, so we talked very briefly about this last week when I was about half an hour into it, and I was like, okay, so people are complaining about the Fleabagification of Persuasion, but also fucking love Fleabag. Kind of make your mind up, please. And after watching this film, I'm kind of still there. You know, I don't think it's amazing, and I think that the Henry Golding character is so much of a dick so fucking quickly that any tension is completely robbed, because she's obviously gonna fucking get with old Cosmo Jarvis. And it's just, how is it going to play out? So
the walking fucking puppy dog.
That boy is punching.
What, Cosmo Jarvis?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is. And then you got Henry Golding, who is basically playing a hard-on. Which, I mean, is... And it's good, you know, I mean, he's good as that, but there's no tension in that role whatsoever. But, yeah, I mean, hey, look, Dakota Johnson, I think that woman is fucking captivating. And I like that, you know, her and old Rebecca Hall are just... I just have zero chance of objectivity. I enjoyed her looking at the camera because it looked like she was looking at me, and that's fine.
Yep, it's fine.
You know, it's so I look. I thought it was. I thought the girl who played her sister, who was like just the one with the kids and the running joke of like, where are your kids? How should I know? You know, I thought that was great. I really enjoyed that. I thought she was really good actually. And hey, look, I mean, I enjoyed the melodrama. I enjoyed the silly. I've never seen any version of Persuasion before, so I think absolutely fair enough. If you're a Persuasion stan, maybe you would be riled by this, but also, like I said last week, you want to get people into Persuasion and you need to Fleabag it up because Fleabag's a hot thing. That feels like a perfectly sensible thing to do. But yeah, Dakota Johnson, Jesus fucking Christ.
Becky, were you persuaded?
It's a difficult one because I have no history with Persuasion. I've never read it, and I've never seen a previous adaptation. So it's not something that's dear to my heart.
Because Jane Austen's a bit
I'm
overrated.
not a Jane Austen fan. No. One thing I would say is, you know, this doesn't affect me, but if someone had done this to a book I loved when adapting it, I think I'd be very upset. Like the changes in dialogue, the changes in tone, the fact that it's a fucking Jane Austen story and you end up rooting for her to end up alone is not a good sign.
Is it not?
No, because they're always romantic and you always want the girl to end up with the guy because he's the love of her life. They're all a bit like that, aren't they? Fucking Pride and Prejudice is like that. But this is just like, they're both just so unworthy. And whether that's because it's Dakota Johnson, I don't know. But they are both unworthy of it. They're both... He's a fucking pathetic little whiny bitch who spits his dummy out. and Henry Golding's just a bit of a twat. I would have rather ended up with at least they'd have had some good banter.
He does look a little bit, Cosmo Jarvis, he does look a little bit like he'd be really easy to make him cry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it misses the tone, and I think it misses like the bits in the I can't remember the exact quote, and there's nothing on IMDb with it in it, but it's like, oh, they say if you're a 6 in Bath, you're a 10 in blah blah blah. It's like they didn't speak like that. That's not part of the book. That's just something that's been modernised. And if you're gonna modernise a story like this, go fucking whole hog. Do it like Clueless. Do it like 10 Things I Hate About You. If you're gonna change the dialogue and modernise it,
Set it in modern time, or keep it
in set it in modern time. You can't change it to a modern dialogue and keep it in period time because it's too jarring.
Yeah, like the Marie Antoinette thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, it didn't work for me, but I thought Dakota Johnson was very good in it. And the fleabagging didn't bother me. Like, the looks to camera, it just makes her look like she's just being a little bit flirty and cheeky, which is fine.
Yeah, because we all want to get flirty and cheeky with Dakota Johnson. Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
That's it. I'm fairly certain I have read Persuasion. I think I read it in English.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
Yeah. Well, I read it at school. I read a book at school.
Yeah?
I don't like it. Because I don't really like Jane Austen. No. Just, no. But then again, I am white, but I'm not a girl. So...
See, we had to read... I'd rather read Persuasion than fucking Pride and Bloody Prejudice.
I had to read that as well. I had Miss Longs, we had to read fucking... Because she was white and a girl. So I had to read so much...
Girl is very generous.
This girl's very generous, that woman, yes.
She was once a girl.
Yeah, so I had to read a lot of Jane Austen.
I had her as well, though. This isn't interesting content.
Yeah, it's not.
Sorry.
So yeah...
we just have to do a lot of Blake.
How did you get fucking Blake?
William Blake was great.
No, we didn't get Blake.
That's good.
Which would have been great. Anyway, I haven't seen Fleabag, so I don't understand when everyone keeps on going on about the Fleabagification of it. I haven't seen it, so don't know what it means.
I've seen one episode and it annoyed the shit out of me, so I didn't watch anymore.
I might watch it.
It's the look into the camera and commenting, or like when someone says something, looking to the camera and giving a look like Ian. Hi, I'm Dakota Johnson. You're pretty great. Which is what I had in my mind frequently.
Yeah, I really like those bits. I thought they were cheeky, and I liked that. I liked the fact that Dakota Johnson was getting cheeky with the audience.
Yeah,
and you know, they're a bit. Let's be honest, the Jane Austens, they're a bit woolly, aren't they? They're a bit, you know. It's the book your aunt gives you. Yeah. You know, and...
Not your cool aunt.
No, the one who you don't want to go and stay with.
The one who's got boiled sweets in her bag.
The one who's going to judge you for premarital sex.
Yeah.
They're a bit like that, right? So, but the thing, again, yeah, like you were saying, Bex, is you look at it and go, look, you can have more fun with fucking Golding. It's going to be shit. But it's going to be better than the one who's clearly have night terrors.
Yeah. You probably wake up on a morning and he's just there staring at you going, hi, I've just been watching you.
Yeah. Who are you going to go for a walk and you get back and he's going to go, I'm sorry, I didn't know where you were. The one who literally is
quiet at the beauty of nature.
No, right, Golding is going to fuck her and then he's going to finish, wipe his dick and think, I'm going to go fuck next.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably wipe it on her dress.
Yeah, Cosmo, right, is going to fuck her and then cry during it.
Yeah.
And she's going to be going, oh, God, at least Golding will be fun. But I kind of enjoyed it. And she has a few good dramatic bits within it. Where she's really...
Oh, in the bar.
Yeah, the back sequence is like... It lifts you out of it. Because I think at that point, it had started to bag a little bit because it is quite long. And then the bit where she has like essentially the little bit of a breakdown where she's having a bath. She's fucking great in that. You know, people might criticise I'm going to say it, even though I don't know what it means, the Fleabagginess of it and all that lot, the modernisation bit. But that is genuinely a great scene. within the movie that's really well shot, really well acted. I enjoyed it, but probably mostly because of Dakota Johnson, which I think is the most enjoyable thing about this movie. Because there's not a lot else to it.
Totally fair.
I'd like to say I'm going to read the book to kind of compare.
Nah, I don't.
But I'm just fucking not.
Just don't need to. Right. Ian, what the fuck have you been watching, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
okay,
by the way,
so, and
definitely
also
not
just
shit.
say, definitely not shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely should. Did you do an audience poll on this?
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Okay.
Thanks for pointing
Right,
that out.
strap in. I'll go as quick as I can.
It's got a fucking journey.
Come on, mate. I'm just gonna go in order of watching. So, rewatch The Lost City.
Ooh, how was that a rewatch?
The Lost, very very fun. Remains fun. Not an absolute banger, but as solid action comedy as they come. For the first time in fucking ages, I watched Layer Cake. Now, Layer Cake is good. That film is such an audition for Bond that it almost takes the piss. There is literally a moment in it where he is pointing a gun at things. Like, he's just got a gun and he's excited and he's playing about. And there is a shot which is basically the same shot as the first shot of Bond in Skyfall. It's weird. Layer Cake's just this great little one-off nasty bit of work. But it's funny as well. I do enjoy Layer Cake. It's very much long-time Guy Ritchie producer Matthew Vaughn making his directorial debut, which is kind of just like a Guy Ritchie film, but a bit more serious. So I enjoy Layer Cake.
Yeah, I was hovering over rewatching it again the other day because it's one of those films. But every time I watch it, I remember it just getting better and better and better. But I remember at the time, the real big deal about it wasn't even Daniel Craig. It was Sienna Miller in her underwear. Was like the big fucking deal about it. And and
she's barely in it.
Yeah, she's barely in it.
Sorry.
But it's like she was at the time because she was dating Jude Law at the time, I believe. And it was like she was like the hot shit at the time. And then now it's like it's pretty much accepted that it was actually Daniel Craig's Bond audition.
And I mean, like, that Sienna Miller thing, like, she is in 3 scenes, and one, I'm fairly sure that she doesn't have any words right at the end.
Yeah.
It is, and Sienna Miller was the big thing from it, you're right. She's also got a fucking awful accent in it. It's just, no, I just, like, Daniel Craig's looking at her, as soon as she opens her mouth, I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, even she says it's mad that is the most famous, the film I'm most famous for, and I'm shit in it.
Not great. Ben Wishaw's fucking fantastically. You're such a dickhead in it, though. He's only in it for a couple of scenes, but he makes an impression. Okay, Where the Crawdads Sing. So, I went for a meal with work, had a couple of pints, went for drinks, had a couple, took in a 6-can pack of Heineken with me for Where the Crawdads Sing. So I am
the only other alcohol that has been consumed during Where the Crawdads Sing is rosé. So well played, Ian.
Like, seriously, I was by myself, and it was like just basically all groups of women, and there I am, just fucking like every 20 minutes or so, can opens. So, my review of Where the Crawdads Sing comes with a heavy, very drunk warning, disclaimer. So, I don't think Where the Crawdads Sing is very good. My review on Letterboxd, which I wrote at the time, was they suck at singing, but Edgar Jones is great, so 2 stars. To which Noel Mellor replied, "This is based on a book," which is, and I'm going to leave it there. Right. The thing is, this is produced by Reese Witherspoon and Hello Sunshine, as we discussed a week or 2 back. And this is a glossy adaptation of a book that feels like it probably should have been directed by Ben Zeitlund, who directed Beasts of the Southern Wild. Or just a earthy, or like a fucking Deborah Granick who directed Winter's Bone. It feels like it needs to be directed by someone like that if you're going to be authentic. Literally, the first 20 minutes is a flashback, and Edgar Jones's character as a kid, she's got mud all over her face. As soon as it cuts to Edgar Jones, who's been living by herself in a marsh for a decade, and she just looks like Daisy Edgar Jones. And it's like, that doesn't make sense at all. So it obviously based on a novel. Speaking to Donna about it, she's read the book, but obviously didn't go see the film with me, because I wouldn't have caned a 6-pack of Heineken during the film if I'd seen it with Donna. She assures me, based on what I was saying, that the book is quite different.
I have heard that quite a lot.
Yeah. So, essentially, this girl, living in a marsh for like 10 years or so, starts a relationship with a lad who... the relationship ends, starts having a relationship with another lad, and then she's accused of attempting to kill him. And then it's did she... Well, no, I mean, it's kind of a did she, didn't she, but the courtroom drama aspect is not really that much of a part of it, and apparently it's not in the book either, but there's a lot of childhood flashbacks in the book. There's not here. This is essentially Twilight for people who think that the marshlands in southern US are as turn honourable as vampires are. If you really like the idea of a boy coming along in his boat and saying romantic things to you and then fucking you, then Where the Crawdads Sing is extremely your shit. Anybody else, with the film anyway, anybody else, probably not. All the way through.
So it's middle class white girl porn.
Kinda. Do you mind if I spoil it?
No. Do they not sing?
Okay, I didn't think so. And Mark, you sounded surprised that I was even asking the question. Basically, this did she, didn't she aspect, right? All the way through, all I'm thinking is, well, she's being presented in a sympathetic light, so it'd be really fucking boring if she's on trial and then it turns out that she was actually innocent. So I'm watching it, and the evidence, there is literally a scene where the defense lawyer, played by David Strathairn, pretty good in this, is laying out how fucking stupid the prosecution's evidence is. And it is dumb. It is all entirely circumstantial. And any fucking bits of evidence can be explained away. And when he's doing that monologue, it is like, right, so she did it then. And all the way through, it is her being fucked over by people being horrible to her, and her running away. So all I'm thinking is, So she did it then, because she didn't run away. She confronted this guy who was abusing her, and there we go. And then she gets cleared. And then literally, she starts her relationship with the first guy again. And then it cuts to them like 50 years later, when they're old. And she dies. She's a famous author, by the way. And he, old man, this guy, is reading her books and then finds, like, basically evidence carved into a book that proved that she did actually kill the guy. Cool. And all I'm thinking is, mate, you spent probably 50 years of your life living in this marsh with this woman. There's no TV, there's no video games or anything. Doesn't look like you got any friends. All you got is books. And you never fucking looked at your wife's book. I mean, there's a massive amount of respect that I have for that in a weird way. But also, fuck off.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise when I say this to Donna and she's like, yeah, that's done differently in the book. Every single fucking decision this film seems to make is done differently in the book. But in the adaptation, they've obviously tried to make it more cinematic, and it's just like, no. And it is just her. It is literally boys in speed, like in these fucking boats, coming up to her and going, "You're real pretty. Do you know how pretty you are?" "I don't know how pretty I am. I just like birds." "Well, I think you're real pretty. Do you want to fuck?" "Yeah, I want to." And then the first boy's like, "I can't do it. Women get more damage than men when they're having sex." "Oh, okay. Oh, all right." And the second guy's just like, "I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck the shit out of you." "Okay. You can fuck the shit out of me." I mean, that's kind of what it is. I mean, that's where the Crawdads sing, the audio adaptation by Ian Loring. But it's fairly accurate. And it's that for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll catch it when it comes out.
But Daisy Edgar-Jones is really, really good, and she deserves better material than this, and I know her agent would have gone, adaptation of a hit, it'll get you, like, credibility with US audiences, blah, 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 blah. No, your agent needs to be giving you more stuff like Fresh. Do more stuff like Fresh.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really spectacularly not great, and even the Taylor Swift song's not good.
Cool.
And I listened to the whole thing. I stayed through the whole end credits listening to the Taylor Swift song. So, moving on. Where the Crawdads sing. Maybe I'll rewatch it one day and it'll just be like, Ian, you were having a weird alcoholic fever dream. That's not what happened in that film at all. But that's how I remember it. I'm gonna skip the next one because I know that Mark, you watched it as well, so it would be a good segue.
Yeah.
I watched the Lego Batman movie. That film has got jokes, and most of them hit. Lego Batman movie rules. I continued my Bob Fosse watch because this week Blank Check had Lin-Manuel Miranda on to talk about All That Jazz, which is a fucking phenomenal episode of that podcast. All That Jazz, holy shit. Have you two watched All That Jazz?
I have seen it a number of years ago. I don't think you've ever seen it, have you, Bex?
No.
Because we're going to watch a few of these now, aren't we? Because
Yeah.
you've been inspired, haven't you?
Yeah. Inspired, yeah.
So, I thought that this was going to be a musical with that song, All That Jazz, in it. Nah, it's not that at all.
Nope.
It's Roy Scheider playing basically a very close to real life Bob Fosse, where in real life Bob Fosse had a massive heart attack, where he directed Cabaret and did a run of Chicago all in the same fucking year. Shagged around, drank too much, and had a massive heart attack. And this is Bob Fosse basically doing 2 hours of I am a piece of shit and I deserve to die. Jesus fucking Christ.
Doesn't hold back on himself, does he?
No, I mean, I mean, yeah, okay, Roy Scheider's playing it, but he's very charming and whatnot, but the whole I'm a piece of shit aspect is, pretty there. The last 45 minutes of this film are just some of the most... I genuinely can't believe that he did this. This is fucking nuts. The last musical number, and there is a cut at the end of the last musical number, which is some of the greatest filmmaking I've ever seen in my life, maybe. Just a person is doing this in a film about themselves on screen, and it blew me away. I'm actually not going to say the title of the song because it's probably a bit of a spoiler, but just absolutely incredible filmmaking. And what comes before is amazing as well. But the whole last act is, I'm not going to spoil it because Bex needs to watch it. But the whole last act is just an increasing. Are they actually going to do this? Are they actually going to do this? And then the last musical number, holy fucking shit, they're doing this. And it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. Yeah, it's great. Bex, let's talk about it when you watched it.
Okay.
Seriously, Cabaret and all that jazz is maybe one of the greatest 1-2 directorial punches you'll ever see. It's insane.
It is pretty solid how good they are, and how, because we were talking briefly about Cabaret, weren't we, the day?
Yeah, that jolly musical with Nazis.
Because Bex was said something about, it'd be quite a good Sunday afternoon movie. I was like, what do you think Cabaret is? It's like a musical, it's like a jolly musical but with Nazis, isn't it? It's like, no, Mickey, it's really not.
Pretty sure it is.
So yeah, we're going to watch Cabaret and all that jazz, aren't we, the next week or so?
We are.
Great. Yeah, please do. I'm going to watch Star 80, his last film, at some point in the next few days. Apparently one of the bleakest films ever made. So let's see how that goes. Okay, next I watched Harold Ramis's 1999 comedy, Analyze This. So
we saw this at cinema, didn't we, Max?
We did.
It was one of our early dates.
That's great. I mean, that's great. The character of Jelly, played by Joe Fittarelli, is fucking incredible. I love Jelly. Very much like Billy Crystal. I very much like Robert De Niro. It's fun. It's slight. I enjoy comedies where people swear, and Analyze This is a beautiful example of that. Analyze This is good stuff.
Yes.
I watched the 2002 Harold Ramis directed film Analyze That.
We saw that this year as well, didn't we, Vex?
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's as good as Analyze This. I don't think the hit rate is solid, but the thing at the start with Robert De Niro pretending that he's gone mad because he just keeps on singing numbers from West Side Story is very, very, very entertaining. When somebody says to Billy Crystal, "You should wait and see his Officer Krupke. It's really good." That's I will say with both of these films have not aged that well. In Analyze This, Robert De Niro warns Billy Crystal that he better not turn him into a fag for going through psychiatry.
But I think,
and in Analyze That,
I think one of the things that that the film would say is the fact is that is how these people would talk.
yeah, look, but it's a joke line,
and it is a joke line. Yeah, I think that is the other argument you can make is but in a comedy you maybe don't need it.
In Analyze That, it says, "I was singing West Side Story for so long I thought I was half a fag." You know, those aspects maybe not great.
I wonder what it was
those,
in like cinematic history where cinema kind of collectively went, maybe fag's not the best word we can use.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't 2002.
No, it really wasn't. I reckon it wasn't until about 2011, maybe.
I've got two more left before the one that I can segue in with. So, again, talking about Blank Check, I subscribe to their Patreon. They did a live show a few months back in New York with an audience of several hundred people where they did a commentary for a film, and they didn't tell anyone what the commentary was going to be before they did it. And it is a film that one of the hosts, Griffin Newman, has mentioned several times over the course of the show's lifetime, calling it one of the just most bizarre, anarchic, subversive comedies of the last 20 years. They talked about it. That film is 2009's Old Dogs, directed by Walt Becker, starring John Travolta and Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams one, yeah.
Old Dogs has got some fucking weirdly funny shit in it. It's also got an early joke where Robin Williams spends too long in a spray tan booth and gets mistaken as of Indian descent by multiple people.
This doesn't sound like it's good.
No, that's not good. And there's also some mild homophobic stuff in there. And this is 2009. And is a Walt Disney Pictures film. This was their big Thanksgiving film for 2009. But there is a bit in it where they mistakenly take a bunch of weirdly mixed up medications, and John Travolta starts having no sense of depth perception and just stands really, really close to people and says stuff that makes them uncomfortable, which I found very funny. Also, he gets the munchies like no one's business, and he's just chowing down on like a leg of meat during a bereavement counselling session, which I also enjoyed. This film, I cannot fucking believe, was supposed to be made for families. Justin Long gives a uncredited, very, very intense performance as someone who is annoyed with John Travolta because he slept with his wife. And it's very, very intense. He's got like a full long tash and is just staring at John Travolta in the background of scenes. And it is a cursed film, but I'm not going to say it was definitely not shit, but I laughed more than I was expecting to.
Fair enough.
That's Old Dogs. And then I was able to listen to the commentary, the Blank Check commentary, because I'd now seen the film, and that commentary was very good. There's a lot of messed up shit with Old Dogs, but yeah. My last one in preparation for Prey, obviously I watched Predator last month, I think it was. I watched Predator 2.
Fucking love Predator 2.
Predator 2's good, man.
Predator 2's fucking great.
Yeah. I mean, there's been initial reactions to Prey, it's obviously the best film since the original, and it's a bit like, all right. Predator 2. The thing about Predator 2, which annoys me the most, is that the Predator himself is a bit shit because Danny Glover should be easier to kill.
But he's Danny Glover.
And that bothers me. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's Danny Glover, but he's also Danny Glover.
I think
he was already too old for this shit.
I think the issue that you've got, I think, with why people disliked Predator 2 so much in comparison to Predator was quite literally it didn't have Arnie in it.
Yeah.
Instead, it had Danny Glover.
And the thing is, they're absolutely mixing it up in terms of the location and what's actually happening. They've got some really interesting set piece sequences in there, like the bit in the subway, the train where it's all almost like strobe is awesome. The bit in like the meat packing facility where they're kind of like they do like the radioactive dust and all that stuff. I mean that's great. But I just don't. After Arnie, it is weird that Danny Glover doesn't necessarily seem that prepared for any of this, and yet the Predator is having a hard time killing him. Like it feels like at the end, the other Predators just take him off, and they're a bit like, "Well, that was fucking disappointing. Here's a gun." But I enjoy the film. If this was the first Predator film, I wouldn't have those complaints. And I'm not saying, oh, he's not Arnie. It's just you have gone from Arnie to Danny Glover, and then this Predator just seems to make little mistakes through the course of the film. Once Danny Glover is in the mix, that it is a bit like Arnie's Predator wouldn't have done that. I'm almost saying that it's not the fact that it's like a step down from Arnie. I'm saying my problems with the film come to the fact that this Predator is not as good as the first Predator.
It's an incompetent Predator.
Yeah, he's a Predator who just wasn't ready for prime time.
Like the first one's like slightly useless colleague.
Yeah, he's Gary.
His younger brother who's just not quite he's not quite there yet.
Yeah. He's Gary, the younger brother.
Like one of the shit Baldwin brothers.
Absolutely. In which, funnily enough, one of them is in this, William.
William was Adam, yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, maybe it's Adam. No, I think it is William. Anyway, regardless, there's a Baldwin. So yeah, Predator 2, and I'll be watching Predators and the Predator in run-up to Prey. Really looking forward to Prey. My last one, and I'm going to stop talking now because it is a bit of a Mark special. This film absolutely fucks.
Yes!
Joe Carnahan's The A-Team.
Fuck yeah, it does. Yep.
I can't believe you watched this without me. I've suggested this so many times.
I'll watch it again now.
Alright then. Bye, Ian.
See ya.
It's the fucking right. What did you think of it on a rewatch? It's fucking great, isn't it?
You talking to me or Bex?
You.
Oh no, because Bex didn't watch it. Sorry, Bex. Sorry. I didn't want to pick a wound there.
Yeah, just rub it in.
Look, I do think that it is a bit bitty. And I do think that it doesn't feel over its length, but it does feel its length for me. But there is so much joy in there that I don't care as much as I otherwise would.
Hands down, genuinely, the sequence where they have just broken Murdoch out of prison, and they're on the military cargo plane. That, and they've got the drones after them, is one of the best action sequences in cinema. Not of the past 20 years, with that, ever in cinema. And it is one of those ones where I will fight people on that. I'm not saying it's the best, but it is one of the best.
Yeah.
Because like you said there, Ian, the glee that you've got the amusing bit of the fact that Baracus is still kind of tied up because he's flying, and he's like, and he's saying, "Why are we on a plane?" And he's like, "We're not on a plane." And you got Murdoch explaining what's happened. He's like, "Yeah, the plane blew up. We're in a tank." And then the glee moment is Face saying, "It's getting a little bit stuffy here. I'm gonna pop a window," and then going out and firing the gun, just fucking screaming, "Get some!" at them.
Isn't there a bit where she's watching him?
Yeah, she's watching
And
it
she's
there.
like, are they flying a tank?
That's the great moment of when it's all fucking seems like it's gone to shit, and they're like, they can't be trying to shoot that Reaper out of the air, and Jessica Biel just gives this amazing fucking look of just, no, they're trying to fly the tank.
I love that film.
It's pure fucking joy, and I don't care how stupid it is.
No.
If you care how stupid it is, just fuck off.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
Just don't watch it. Just move on with your day.
Yeah. It's just, why do you...
It's an 18 movie. The 18 was pretty stupid.
Yeah, a Boy George in it at one point.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a Boy George episode of the 18.
But do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going into, if you're going into a Charlie's Angels movie or an 18 movie, these kind of things, and then getting angry because they're silly. Well, yeah, all the evidence that was going to be the case is there.
Yep. Yeah, it's just fucking glorious. In AM.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And then also you got Patrick Wilson, who's just playing a bad guy who, throughout the entire film, kind of just gives zero fucks.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole, like... There's a line when they're in that car, and it's like, what was it called? It was like Broadsword. He was like, Broadsword, that's a really cool name. Broadsword. And he's just kind of, like, saying it with his mouth like that. It's so... But, like, he just gives zero fucks about anything, and it is marvellous.
Yeah.
He's very, very, very good in this.
That bit in the car scene where you've got Pike essentially just saying, telling the guy, look, no, oh my god, that's not how you put a suppressor on. It's not even a fucking silencer. And then he's just saying to Patrick Wilson, look, anybody, don't let this guy fucking kill me. And then gets the gun out of his hand. And Patrick Wilson, like you say, is just kind of laughing, going, that was so cool.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah,
Carnahan literally directed Patrick Wilson for it, basically saying to him, just, I want you to be just a smarmy dickhead throughout the entirety. Just act like nothing, like you are untouchable throughout it. So to the moment of where there's a great moment where Jessica Biel thinks she's got Pike, and he wanders in and he's just like, have you got a piece of paper like this? No. And then as like they're walking Pike out, he kind of does this thing where he waves his arms and kind of shoos them out of the room. It's just a peak dickheadery.
Yeah, peak dickheadery is right. It's great fun. It's perfectly cast as well. Like, they're all having obviously so much fun in it. And I mean, even like Rampage Jackson, like that weird kind of vulnerability that he's got to B.A. Baracus as well.
Yeah,
it's well played. It's well played, and just my favourite moment of it, just for how fucking ridiculous it is when they're breaking Murdoch out of that fucking hospital, and it's like, movie. It's like, did he know? Like, he knew to get them all in that room and then put that film on, and then that, like, it's like, oh, it's 3D, it's so cool. And then even Jessica Biel puts on the 3D glasses, and then the fucking tank just bursts in through the wall in real life. It's so good. It's so fucking stupid, but it is great, and you know it's coming.
Yep.
And it's just like, this doesn't make any sense, and I do not care.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't need to. The fact that B.A. Baracus fucking announced himself in a fist punching like fuck yeah moment. Literally within the movie, you get fist punch in the air going Baracus at him.
Yeah.
Because he bursts in and literally power slams somebody to break their neck. It's like, yes, murder is fun.
Wow.
It's just brilliant. But even that, you're actually starting to root for... The problem is, Patrick Wilson and his crew are so bad that you start siding with Pike a little bit. It's cool when he goes, all right, fuck this, and just grabs the rocket launcher and shoots the boat out.
Yeah.
You're kind of there going, all right, fucking game on. It is a glorious film. And genuinely...
Terrific fun.
Everybody has like an amount of people within like film and bits that they'd love to meet and have a conversation with about certain like just... If you could say you can have one conversation with one person from cinematic history and about one topic, and you can have a meal out with them, you can have 2 hours where you can just talk to them about it, right? And you've got to think of it now. My brain would be going through like fucking Scorsese talking about Taxi Driver, or De Niro talking about fucking Raging Bull, or they'd be like fucking talking about Jimmy Stewart of It's a Wonderful Life. It'd be going through all of these, what is it? And then as I was about to say the one I decided on, my mouth would go, Joker, I'm hitting! And the thing is, not a fibre of my being would regret that.
You woke the cat up then with your enthusiasm.
Yeah. And I know that what happened there is Joe Carnahan would literally be going, right, I've enjoyed having this conversation with you, but I'm taking a restraining order out on you. And I'm going, I agree with that. That's probably a good idea. Becky, I feel like you haven't spoke for a while. So before
you can finish yours off.
I'll do my other one that I've been watching, then you can do yours that you watch solo, and then we'll couple the couple that we watch together.
Okay.
I also watched American Made. I've watched American Made a lot. I really like American Made. It's a really fun film. Becky.
Good time.
It is. It's really good. I really like it.
Right, let me bring up my list.
I don't like the fact that I used to have it on iTunes and they've taken it off me.
No, that is very annoying. I have watched quite a few. Okay, right. So I watched Rain Man, which I know I've seen before, but I haven't seen it in a long, long time, and I wanted to watch it, so I watched it. It's good.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is like... Because I think a lot of his younger performances are a bit kind of like... Oh, stop scaring the cat. Bit kind of like high octane, kind of like movie starry kind of fun performances, whereas Rain Man's quite weighty. And Dustin Hoffman's fucking brilliant in it. And I know there's a lot of kind of conversation about Rain Man now as to whether it is a responsible depiction and stuff like that, but it was the start of an awareness. Like, I think it's easy to look back on it now and go, that's maybe a bit much. But it was made in 1988 and no one really was talking about it.
No.
So it at least got it out there as like a thing in the public consciousness. So, yeah. I watched... Right. Are you aware of this movie? The Raggedy Ann and Andy one that I watched? Have you seen it before?
Which one is it?
Raggedy Ann and Andy, a musical adventure with Diddy Con.
I think years and years and years ago.
Have you ever seen it, Ian?
No, I can't say I have.
Okay, so it's a 1977 kids movie that I used to have on VHS as a kid, and I was feeling a bit COVID-y, so I decided that I wanted to watch something comforting, but also like a bit weird, and that this was would definitely fit the kind of the profile. So it's like Toy Story before Toy Story was even a twinkle. Toys that come to life when the human goes away. A French porcelain doll called Babette gets kidnapped by the pirate captain out of the snow globe, and they go to rescue her. and stuff ensues. There's like an old camel toy whose like fabric's gone all baggy and he's got like baggy knees and he's trying to find his camel home in the sky, but it doesn't really exist. He's just like hallucinating and shit. It's a real weird fucking film. Like, it's weird.
It sounds a bit weird, to be honest.
Eh?
It sounds a bit weird. I have seen it, actually, because it does, looking at it going, yeah, this rings a bell.
Yeah. There's also, it kind of does the whole, it blends live action into animation as well. But the scenes where it does that, where they go from being live action to cartoons or vice versa, are actually like really well done. For a film that's of this film's age, it's really, really well animated, really well done with those bits. Really good story. So I just kind of wanted to see if it held up or whether I was just misremembering because I was very, very small when I last watched it, but no, it bangs. I watched as well the movie Cell because I was angry with you for watching it last week without me. How dare you watch a Stephen King movie without me?
What do you think?
Better than I remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bleak
Fair
ending
play.
though.
Yeah, it's quite bleak.
Yeah. The ending of the book is not as bleak.
No. But they were going for that The Mist kind of vibe, weren't they?
Yeah. But it kind of spoils it.
Okay.
I also watched The Cell.
Yep.
Because why not? If you're watching Cell, you might as well watch The Cell. I've spoken about The Cell on the podcast before because I watch it semi-regularly because I love it. It's so beautifully kind of realised. Like, the aesthetics of the film are so well done. And do you know what? Everyone's solid in it. For a, you know, the main cast is what's his face, Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
and J-Lo.
Yeah.
Both fine actors, but not great. And then Vincent D'Onofrio, who always great.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone does their bit. Everyone knows what they're doing and understood the assignment. And it's really good. Oh God, I need to talk quicker. I also watched Tommy.
Oh, wow.
Why?
I don't know. I remembered watching it ages ago and liking it, and then rewatched it and was like, I see what you're trying to do, but I just don't like it. I'm not here for it. There's bits of it that are really good.
Yeah, I've never been a fan. Not a fan of The Who, though.
But yeah, once he sort of gets his voice back, it goes downhill from there for me. When he's got his like Messiah complex and all that kind of shit. Nah. Okay. Right. You've heard of this because I've talked to you about it before. Ian, have you heard of the movie Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story?
I have, yes.
So I watched that. This is again. This is another one like Chow Manhattan that I semi-regularly just decide to watch because it's fucking weird. So for anyone that hasn't seen it, it's a truncated story of Karen Carpenter's rise and fall. It's only 43 minutes long, and it's entirely acted by Barbies. So
It's Todd Haynes' movie, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, it's actually... The thing is, once you get past the weirdness of it being Barbies, the story just sucks you in. Like, it's just like, it's quite a sad story. Obviously, because Karen Carpenter's story is quite a sad story, but it is alarming how easily your brain just goes, yeah, just forget the Barbies and watch the film. And like the work that's gone into it as well, like building the tiny sets and doing the outfits and the Karen doll for when she was suffering from anorexia, he like delicately sort of whittled away bits of the Barbie's body, so the Barbie got thinner and thinner. And like a lot of work has gone into this, and it is largely lost to time. It's it's available. You can watch it. I mean, it's on fucking YouTube, but it's a really terrible quality copy of it, and it's very dark. And it's as a curio, it's worth watching. But as like her family very strongly objected to it, so it just doesn't exist really anymore, which is a shame, really. What else did I watch? I watched so the double banger of To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, and The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh, that is a double banger. Wow. Yeah.
I can't remember why I decided I wanted to watch To Wong Fu, and then Priscilla came on the heels of that.
Because you miss Wesley Snipes' legs?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Both very similar storylines.
Yeah. Could almost say To Wong Fu kind of ripped it off.
Well, yeah, should have been fairly similar films, but they are like chalk and fucking cheese. To Wong Fu kind of gives me a real Steel Magnolias kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Whereas Priscilla's just very much. It's really leaning into that. They are guys that dress as women to perform. With the exception of Terence Stamp, whereas in To Wong Fu, the majority of the screen time they're in costume, and they're supposed to be drag queens. They're not supposed to be trans. They're supposed to be drag queens, but they spend the majority of their time in their drag queen costumes.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah.
A
long time to watch it, but yeah, we thought about that actually.
So I think that it's coming at it from a completely different angle, and then they go to this. They get stranded in this small town because their car breaks down.
Yeah.
Stockard Channing's there.
Of course she is.
Living a worst life because her husband beats her, and then Patrick Swayze saves her, and then everyone gets a makeover. It's like a really frothy, silly version of Priscilla, really.
Yeah.
But with also kind of the small America heart tugging kind of vibe.
It's the very mid-90s PG-13 version of Priscilla.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And it hasn't got the spectacle of Priscilla. Priscilla's fucking great. To Wong Fu is fine. Is what I'd say.
Fair enough.
Okay. Right. I watched The Sword in the Stone. It's The Sword in the Stone by Disney. I'm not going to linger too long on that one. I watched Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. Like I say, the only good Marvel movie from Phase 4. Which led me to watch Iron Man and Iron Man 2, which we've spoken about very recently when we did our rewatches, so I'm not going to linger on them either. Rebecca, fucking hell, did you not do anything else with your time? I watched... so I started watching the Resident Evil series on Netflix.
Yes.
Got a couple of episodes into that. It's fine. It's not... I don't know, up to where I've watched it, it's not got the fan service that Welcome to Raccoon City, for instance, has. So then I thought, it's been a while since that came out. I wonder if that's on anything. It is. It's on now. So I watched Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. It was actually a real different experience watching it in a seat that stayed still.
So
that was quite pleasant. We did. So that was good. And I caught a lot more of the game references. It is just...
That's what you were getting thrown around.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's pure...
Can I...
Go on.
No, you finished... I had a question about the TV series, but you finished okay. On the film.
It's pure fucking fan service, and I fucking love it. It is made for people who play the games, and it is not ashamed of that in the slightest.
Good.
So go on, Ian, what was your question, sorry?
Is Lance Reddick playing Wesker?
Yeah. Yeah, people seem to be very angry
and he's got
about
kids.
That. Yeah.
It's more the kids aspect that baffles me. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, in Resident Evil, he's a member of STARS in the game. And in Welcome to Raccoon City, and he turns out to be a wrong-un, even though in Welcome to Raccoon City it almost seems like he doesn't mean to be a wrong-un, but he is a wrong-un, whereas in Resident Evil, he's just a wrong-un all the way through.
Yeah.
But in this, he's a scientist who actually develops the T-virus.
So, yeah, he is a scientist. It's so it's set after. So I think games 1, 2, and 3 all happen kind of simultaneously, don't they? 3's slightly after 1 and 2, but I think they all happen quite close together, don't they?
I don't know, Becky.
Yeah, I mean, Freeze slightly after. I mean, at least in the remake, there's a bit where Carlos is like wandering around Raccoon Police Station.
Yeah.
Like just after.
But
yeah.
the nuke at the end of 1, 2, and 3 are all the same nuke, aren't they?
Sure.
So this is set like after that, like 30 years, I think, after that.
Right.
In New Raccoon City. Or parts of it are and parts of it aren't. Hang on. Yeah, there's 2 different timelines. One where the kids that are in the earlier timeline, Wesker's kids, are older, and one where they're kids and they move to New Raccoon City. And Umbrella has moved to New Raccoon City and he's working for them on like scientific shit. But it is quite significantly after the events in Raccoon City. So maybe he's retrained. Maybe he went to the OU, did a few online courses, and now he's a scientist.
I feel like with this TV series, weirdly, despite what I usually say, actually maybe it's not despite what I usually say, it is not had a massive audience on Netflix. So I'm kind of thinking like it's just going to get cancelled.
Yeah.
And if it does, I don't think I'd bother with it. But if they go, no, we're going to give it a season 2, I might have a crack at it.
Yeah, it's good. What I've watched so far is good. It's a bit. The thing is, like the original Resident Evil movies had fuck all to do with the storylines of the games, but they all had to do with themselves. So as they built, you just kind of, it was just alternate timeline, alternate story based around the same kind of vague construct. And then obviously there's been other stuff released, like Welcome to Raccoon City, which is slavishly faithful to the games. Whereas this is just like, it's just another whole new thing.
It just, I don't know, it like, God, we're going on a bit of a Resident Evil tangent now, just kind of like cross-media, but it kind of feels like Capcom almost don't seem to know what they want to do with it. I mean, apart from the games, it's very focused. You've got the kind of like the new school games. You've got Resident Evil 7, you've got Village, and then you've got the remakes happening. And like they seem to be pretty set on, we'll do one of the newer entries and then we'll do a remake of a previous game, and they're on that kind of cadence.
Yeah.
When it comes to film and TV and whatnot, you had that CG series last year, Infinite Darkness, I think it was called, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. You've had Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. You've had a TV series that's got like nothing to do with any of them, and I almost just want to be like, right, Resident Evil is a really fucking good property. Make your mind up and focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Like, outside of video games, do what you want. Outside of video games, it feels like it's all just diluting. And like, Welcome to Raccoon City kind of came and went. And I enjoyed that film. But it kind of came and went. There's been no announcement about a sequel whatsoever. It kind of feels like that's done. This series, it also kind of feels like maybe it's done, and it's just like, what do they do next? Do they reboot the fucking films again? But then what angle do they take? Because they tried the not really that related route. They got 7 films out of it. It made a shitload of money, but then they tried to go more gamey, and it didn't appear to click. But then again, is that just because it came out in fucking December, when COVID cases were just about more. You know, if you released that film like now-ish when there's fuck all actually coming out, does it do all right? I don't know. I wish they would make their minds up about what they actually want to do with Resident Evil, because it is great, hokey, stupid shit, which I would love to see quality versions of.
I'd like to see them, if they are going to continue, like with the Welcome to Raccoon City thread, I'd like to see them stick as close to the games as they did in that. Like, I know if you haven't played the games, you're not going to get the references and you're not going to like it as much, but that film for me is up there with Silent Hill 2 as like, it's just like god tier comic book adaptation for me. Video game adaptation for me.
Sonia said that the on-demand ratings or the on-demand streams of Raccoon City have been really high.
Yeah.
Or sort of higher than they expected.
Right.
So there may be something into a sequel. But I just can't see it ever coming out in the cinema.
No, problem is you've got... By the nature of it, it would need to be quite high budget, wouldn't it, to look decent. So...
Even Raccoon City was 25 million.
Was it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of wandering around with a torch and a gun in the games, so maybe could have just go that route.
Maybe.
But it's like, I don't know, why not do an adaptation of Resident Evil 7 at this point?
Well, that's what their next film was supposed to be.
Really?
Yeah.
You're missing out an awful lot. It's hard. If games, you can release a new one, then re-release an old one.
Apparently the idea was to do a... I think it was a film based on Resident Evil 7, and then the third film would fill in the gap in between.
Right. Oh, that'd be a big gap, though.
But I mean, the thing is, it's like 5 and 6. I haven't played them, but my understanding is they didn't go down so well. So it kind of feels like you could cut some shit out. Like Resident Evil 4, I've played a fair bit of Resident Evil 4. That game's fucking cool. And there's a remake coming out next year, and that would probably make a good film at some point. It kind of feels like they're very, very focused at the moment on the initial outbreak and then kind of like the immediate stuff there, but they're not making content which is just like, we know what the Resident Evil universe is, let's just do a story that isn't about the outbreak, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, okay, found footage is not really a thing these days, but you give me a fucking Resident Evil 7 that's like a found footage film.
Well, like
I'd watch the shit out of that.
playable VHS that they find in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, but you know, that kind of thing. But like for the length of a film, that would be pretty fucking cool in the world of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I'd take that. You don't sound convinced, so never mind.
I love Resident Evil 7, and I'd really like to see a really good adaptation of it. I just don't know what that looks like. And I'd really also like to be with you when you see it, to see how scared you are of Marguerite.
But the thing is, I'm not playing it.
True. But I have to go see it in
That'd
that
be fine.
thing that... What is it, Screen X, where it goes down the sides as well?
Yeah.
But I'm not controlling it. That's the thing.
No.
I'm not the one who's then like, if I go over there, it's gonna do a thing.
Yeah. No, I get that. Oh, God, I should replay that.
What you need to do is get yourself a cheap PSVR, because I'm sure those things are probably cheap on eBay now, and have yourself a game of Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. I'd love that.
Hide. I know I've said it before, and you guys watched me do this, but crouching down and physically feeling like I was hiding from that fucking mad woman in that kitchen is honestly one of the most terrifying experiences I have had in my life.
Yeah, I bet that is quite scary.
We'll have to try and
like
pick
just
up the
crouching down and literally physically craning my head around to see where she was. I still palpably remember that now.
Yeah.
Like straight up. And just God, the time I was fucking playing that game and then Donna came in and she didn't mean to scare me, but she scared the fucking shit out of me.
Oh man.
And apparently with PS5 you can have Resident Evil Village in VR as well.
Nice.
You can have a look at the big lady.
The big lady. Big lady.
Oh yeah, the what is the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking great games. See, 7 and 8 are really good. I don't remember 4 terribly well because I don't think I finished it because Wesker teleporting when you were trying to fight him really pissed me
No,
off.
I killed him.
Oh, you did actually?
Yeah.
That annoyed me and then I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, you
and I
made me
haven't played
kill him.
5 and 6. So I'm quite excited to do that.
5 and 6 have co-op. And I think it's online.
Yeah.
Kind of wonder whether we need to do that one day, Bax.
Could do, couldn't we?
Should we move on to what we watched together?
Okay, so the last film I watched on my own was Arsenic and Old Lace. I've never seen it before.
Oh, wow.
Someone mentioned it on Twitter, and I was like, never seen that. Looked it up on IMDb, directed by Frank Capra. I love It's a Wonderful Life, so I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go. So I watched Arsenic and Old Lace, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a very good film.
It's...
Nice.
I think, I have a tendency to think that older films are, going to be, really serious and stuff, and that, things like It's a Wonderful Life that are a bit zany are, a rarity.
Yeah, no.
This has got the same energy as It's a Wonderful Life.
Watch more Frank Capra.
Yeah, I think I need to. Fucking loved it. It was great. Never seen a Cary Grant film before either. That was great.
Wow.
Yeah. But he hates his performance in it. I was reading about it. He thinks it's way over the top.
He hates most of his performances and most anything. He thinks he was crap.
Oh, fair enough.
We watched The Man from Toronto, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Mark got COVID and brought the tone down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not very good. You don't like Kevin Hart, do you?
No, he's got small dick energy.
He does have small dick energy, yeah.
Absolutely betas to anyone he's on screen with.
Yeah.
Get to fuck Kevin Hart.
The whole thing just doesn't make that much sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's way too long.
And it is trying to be a cheap knockoff of John Wick with having the extended Assassin's Network and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, Ian, there's no reason why I'd ever watch Man from Toronto when you could watch either The Hitman's Bodyguard or The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Just watch those. They're better. We finally got on to Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah, we did. You were ragging on Tails all the way through.
Fucking hate Tails. Fucking hate Tails.
See, I was extolling the virtues of Tails as a character and saying how much I really liked him when I preferred him to Sonic when he became being in the games, and then Tails did some real nerdy shit, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, that's why I liked him. Yeah, because he was a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
But he could fly with his tails.
I didn't like him. He was a right little weird little square.
Took me ages to work out that it was Idris Elba that voiced Knuckles.
He did, yeah. Way too long.
Way too
long.
Recognise the voice.
I had a decent amount of fun with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, apart from.
Go on.
I didn't need a 20-minute sequence of them at
Wedding comedy.
his wife's friend's wedding.
Wife's sister's wedding.
His sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't need that. It was really boring. Really boring. Was that character in the first one?
The sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's boring. I don't know why they thought she was
They tied her
entertaining.
up and left her in the first one, in her apartment.
They should have done that again.
Aww.
She was annoying, and the film seemed to think that she was funny, and she wasn't. It's too long, and it's too long because there's 20 minutes of that.
Fine.
What?
But apart from that,
I enjoyed it, but that really does suck the energy out of the movie.
Yeah.
And when it's a movie that is pure energy.
Yeah. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but then I think that was because they'd used all the, like, nod, nod, wink, wink kind of game references in the first one.
Yeah, there's not as much in this.
No.
It's a little bit more try and tell a story.
Yeah. I don't need that.
No. It's good.
I need rings bouncing out when he hits his head or whatever.
Yes. Right, I think that's all the films we've got to discuss. So we did have a couple of questions. And I asked a question. So I asked, as start of summer holidays in the UK and maybe other places, what are your favourite summer movies? Rick Kidd responded saying, I'd say Dazed and Confused, Jaws and Caddyshack are up there for me.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me is a solid shout.
Thanks. A lot of Stephen King's stories from that era, because they are kids, they are set in summer because they are set in the summer holidays.
Yeah.
So yeah, It would be another one for me.
Yep, fair point.
The original Tim Curry one.
That's a TV series.
It's a
Mini-series.
mini-series.
Ian.
Piranha 3D.
Fucking good shout. Piranha 3D is a good shout. I went to The Sandlot.
Good movie, Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, also Caddyshack has to be up there as well. And Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, yeah, it is, yeah.
And we have a question, Rick Kidd. What are your favourite movie archetypes and your go-to examples? E.g., Mark may well go for Femme Fatales with Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl as an example. I mean, yeah, I would go for that.
The really fucking fat dog that's got a heart of gold but really likes to slobber.
That's a good one. Can I have the Ben Foster's a shifty arsehole?
It's not really an archetype, that,
That's
is
a
it?
good one.
I think it kind of is.
Okay, I've got two.
Go on.
With good examples. Anti-hero, with probably Constantine as my example.
Ooh, good one.
And Final Girl,
Ah, fair enough.
with, let's be honest, Jamie Lee Curtis as the example. Yeah. Love a Final Girl. It doesn't even have to be a girl. The final person in, like, the one that's battled everything and has fucking got through it all is just there at the end. The movie, Final Girl.
The Final Girl or Final Girls?
I can never remember which way around it is.
Whichever one it is, though.
The one with, what's her name's sister in it?
With the Farminger in it.
Yeah, Tysa Farmiga. That one. That one's really good. And she, like, meets her mum in a horror movie.
The Final Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there was Final Girls around at the same time as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. 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 That. Being a sucker for horror movies, that had to be in my...
Yes. Ian, what are we covering next week?
That not okay.
That's the one. Okay. Glad you said that because I completely forgot what it's called.
Wow.
Yeah, it's me hosting, isn't it?
The IMDb synopsis for Final Girl with Abigail Breslin is: a man teaches a young woman how to become a complete weapon. Now, I think if you're not from the UK, that probably is like...
That's very good.
Oh, Abigail, you absolute weapon. Sorry, that just tickled me. I had to get that in there.
Deary me.
You alright, Mark?
Broken me a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what you were saying.
Close the show.
Bye, everyone.
Alright, bye, guys. See ya.
Thank you very much.
Is that seriously the end of the show?
That was episode 454. Thank you very much. We'll speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.